guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Renee and I am a mom and I am on YouTube and I'm having a lot of conflicted feelings about that. So I did already try to film this once. I also was completely planning on filming something completely different today, and I don't know, this has just been something that's on my mind for a while. The more time goes by, the more it's just like something that just weighs more and more on me, and the more I want to turn this into like a career, the more I think about it. So when I started YouTube a year ago, I was watching a lot of mom vloggers, and they really inspired me to start doing this because YouTube has always been something I've wanted to do. Not always, because obviously, but for the last decade, a good solid decade, it's been something I've wanted to do. And I mean, before technology got to the point where everybody was walking around with cameras in their pockets, I did not really have a lot of means to make it happen, especially with kind of the lack of motivation I had, like definitely pre-parenthood. Just post-parenthood, you definitely have like a different sort of mindset and different motivations, and if you were a very unmotivated person pre-parenthood, being a parent can very much light a fire under you to just, I don't know, pursue things that you wouldn't have, be more responsible, be more practical. And for me, it took almost like destroying my marriage to make me not even realize it, but just to sort of prioritize, or not prioritize, but I don't know, because I think it's something I've always known, but as a fact of life, but I kind of let motherhood sort of consume me and become so much of my identity, and I didn't really let myself be anything other than just mom. And I didn't really have hobbies. I got really depressed. I didn't have any goals for my life other than just motherhood, which, I mean, that's fine for some people, but as somebody who that was never a life goal in the first place, to just let it consume me was really damaging to not just my mental health, but the mental health of like my husband. And if my kid was older than just, she was what, 2, 3? I mean, I don't know if it affected her at all, but I'm sure like having like that, I mean, your mother is usually like a role model in your life, right? It's definitely somebody who affects like who you become, and having somebody who's really sad and depressed and not even a full human isn't right. And so I took a lot of time thinking about how I can become a more positive role model for my daughter, and just the practical part of me, the part that was like, I can't do YouTube. It's not practical. It's not something I can do. If I want to be like a good role model, I can't do this like pipe dream. I enrolled in online college and to get a degree in accounting, which is the most cliche way to blow up your dreams. Like, I swear, it's like, there's always like cliche growing up of like accountants having like, they always wanted to be like a rock star or something, but like they had to give up on their dreams and now they're just like a boring accountant. And what did I do? I went and enrolled in an accounting program. Which, like, I still think is a really, like, it's a great, like, I'm learning so much that, like, and I've been, like, not just in my accounting classes, like, I'm taking management fundamentals right now, and it is, like, so good. And then I've also been really enjoying, like, the electives, general electives and stuff. But, yeah. So, on my first day of taking these online classes with a 3-year-old, all on my own, my husband was gone, like, I was just sitting there. She's not used to me, like, focusing on something else solely, and I'm not used to not being able to just, like, give all my attention to her, my daughter, and so I was just trying to focus. I didn't know how to even like handle like prioritizing something like that more than my kid. And I just had a complete breakdown. It was the most stressful day I've ever had taking classes. Like, I was so, and part of it was I was never really good at school, and so there's all this pressure of I need to be good at this. I need to do this. I need to be able to get my work done. I just need this. So, just at the end of that day, when I was just like, all right, I'm done with what I need to do for today as much as I can be, I took my daughter to the park because we were both so wound up and we just needed to just let go of some of the energy. And I was walking on this trail, and I just took out my phone and I was just like, I just need to talk to someone, and right now the only person I can talk to isn't even a person, it's my phone. And I felt so like dumb, but it felt so good. And that was it. That was like, okay, this is what I want. Even still for like the past, like, I think it took me like even more like 8 months where I was like, okay, before I started getting to the point where I was like, this I want to do YouTube. I don't even want to be in school anymore. I'm gonna stay in school. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna get the degree and everything, but that's no matter how practical and responsible it is, it's just not what I want to do. Like, who even wants to be an accountant, really? But yeah, so then getting into what the real problem is here, navigating parenthood while sticking your life online. And not just sticking your life online, but wanting to make a career out of being like an influencer. Not that I really want to influence people so much as I want to like be like helpful and show people that they're not alone. But anyway, so how do I navigate that and not exploit my child, basically, is what I'm getting at. Not that I think that any mom vloggers are exploiting their children. I mean, there's definitely ones out there that are, like, we all know about that, but there's perfectly fine people who don't see it as a bad thing to show their kid. But I just feel in my heart that it's not what I want to be doing, is showing my daughter. But I don't know how to show my parenthood experience, because that is such a big part of my life. Because no matter how much I don't want to be just mom is one of my titles, and I don't know how to show that part of me, like, properly or authentically with that. God, I hate that word. Ever since watching The Bachelor too much. Ugh. But it does feel disingenuous to talk about motherhood and not show motherhood, you know? So I want to figure out how to navigate that world while showing her less. Carly Holden, she's pretty awesome. She was doing like the mom vlog thing, and then she just completely took her kids off social media. And she's been trying to also navigate how to show motherhood without showing her children. And for a while, she was just not showing motherhood at all. And she just recently uploaded a video where she kind of explained like how she wanted to stop hiding that part of her. And that is really what has been on my mind the last, like, since she uploaded. I don't know how long it's been, like a week, 2 weeks. And so that's why it's been, like, so much on my mind that I feel like I need to make a video about it. And it is good to have, like, a couple of people who, like, kind of give me an idea of what I want to do. But it's also like, it's such a small, literally two people. And the Ali Faber that I mentioned, she's been moving towards not showing her children either. And who's it? Haley Page. she's also been mentioning a little bit how she doesn't want to show her focus so much on motherhood on her channel too. So I feel like there is a little bit, just in my little bubble of what I watch on YouTube, there is kind of a little bit of a trend towards not making their, like, your kids like the sole like highlight of your video. I need to change my hair a little. Sorry, I took my hair out of a mom bun because it was looking a little crazy, and I just feel like it just looks like a hot mess. Anyway, does that look okay at all? Comment below. Anyways, so yeah. And I know somebody out there is probably just thinking to themselves watching this, like, why are you even on YouTube if you're so worried about showing your kid on YouTube? Just get off YouTube. And, like, no. That, like, did you not just listen to all of I just said about how this has, like, been, like, my dream? And, like, I don't want to just, like, not follow my dreams and just become an accountant just because I'm a parent. And I want to figure out how to follow my dreams and be a good parent. And I feel like following my dreams is being a good parent. Like, how shitty, like, I feel like so many people just, like, don't have the confidence to follow their dreams because their parents didn't have the confidence to follow their dreams. And so it's just like this continuous cycle of everybody being really sad and dreamless. And, like, I want to just show her that, you know, it's like, I can do what I set my mind out to, and I can, like, be successful at what I want to be successful at, and not sad working in an office just hating my life. So, like, basically quitting YouTube is not an option. And the more I think about it being an option to stay on YouTube and be successful at it, the more it feels like showing her is not an option either. And so I'm left with, how do I show my life without showing this huge part of my life and still be, like, myself and show myself, and in a way that isn't disingenuous? Like, how do I make that something that's useful to people? How will other moms or dads who find my channel, like, be able to relate to that part that they're trying to relate to without seeing, like, me, like, in the throes of motherhood? So, yeah, I don't know. It's just such a big deal. I don't know how to do it. It's hard. But I just know, like, I don't want to show her online anymore. I don't want it to be, I don't want her to have, like, this whole backlog of her whole life on the internet for anybody to see when she's older. I don't want that. And I was reading an article about sharenting, which that's, like, the dumbest term I've ever heard, but I was reading this thing about sharenting, and one of the things they said in the article was to get your child's, like, consent to share their lives on the internet. And my kid is 4 years old, almost 5. She cannot consent to that at all. Like, I think in any legal terms, like, she can't consent to anything. She's 4. She can, I mean, if she can't consent, yeah. So she doesn't understand anything about life, and so it's my job as the parent to consent for her. And I'm just at the point where I don't consent. Like, I don't want her being shared with, like, a bunch of strangers online. Like, even if, like, I don't consider my subscribers, like, strangers or anything, like, being on YouTube, no matter what, like, people, even, like, people who aren't subscribed to you are gonna find, so even if you, like, you love your subscribers, there's other people, trolls, anybody can find your videos, like, anybody. And I don't want her to be found by anybody. I want me to, like, I think that me being out here on YouTube is not just helpful for me, but I'm hoping beyond all hope that it's helpful to other people, because I've felt so like much less alone being on YouTube and sharing, like seeing other people share their experiences, and like, okay, so I'm not weird. This isn't just me. And I'm hoping that somebody else can watch my videos and be like, okay, this isn't just me. And especially even with this video, I'm hoping that, you know, some mom out there who feels like she wants to be, or a dad too, feels like they want to be on YouTube, but they don't know how to do it without showing their child. And I think this is definitely more of a mom problem, because I feel like dads, I don't know, there's like this mom guilt, even with like having a career, like you feel like you're not supposed to like do things that aren't solely revolving around your child. Like, and so YouTube's really easy because you can make it revolve around your child, and I don't want it to revolve around my child, and I feel guilty that I'm not revolving my life around my child 24/7, every single thing that I do. And I think that's just like part of the way that I perceive the world, and part of like how some of society is. And because I know a lot of moms feel guilt when their life doesn't, like, it's so dumb, and we all know that it's dumb, and we all know we're not supposed to do that, and yet there's like this weird guilt about it. So I'm hoping some other mom out there sees this, even if it's just one person, they can be like, okay, yeah, I understand what you're, like, that's so helpful, like, I want to do that, I want to have a YouTube video or YouTube channel and have it not so mommy centric, I guess. And I think part of it is I don't have I get like beauty bloggers, beauty gurus. They have like this one industry that they are like focused on, and that was what all their videos are about. And like, it's so easy, and they could be a mom. It's still like not even mention that they're really a mom, and still like all their videos are about makeup. And I don't really have anything like that I'm like, I'm not at the forefront of some industry and I'm like, yeah, look at this new product and like, let me review it and show it to you and all this stuff. And like, I don't have, that's not really what I'm even interested in. I'm interested in like, okay, this is a problem that I see, or this is like something that I'm going through, and I want to see if somebody else is going through it, and like, let's go through it together. And like right now, we are going through my husband's last year of college, and I've still got like a year and a half left, because the first year, my daughter was not in school, and so I wasn't taking as many. Anyways, it's taking me a little bit longer, but brass tacks, basically what I'm getting at is we are really at the end of where we have money. And so one of the things I'm going through right now is I need to learn how to be extra frugal, which I've always, like, I've never been on a big budget, but I definitely need to learn to go back to living within a very small budget, which is difficult for me. So that's something that I'm going through right now, and I want to share my experience with it. And yeah, I don't know. Sorry if this doesn't make any sense. I made a bunch of notes. I've been looking over at them, and I'm just like, every time I look at them, I'm like, wow, I'm not going off that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm just hoping, just with this video and every video, that I can help somebody, and I want to do that while not being intrusive on my daughter's life. So, and basically I want to, is it anybody else struggling with that? Are you struggling with even just, not even just being on YouTube, but like maybe following your dreams without, you know, feeling like you're taking away from your child somehow by doing what makes you happy? And like, what kind of guilt are you feeling about that? Okay, sorry, my phone died. I need to make this real fast. Okay, so I just basically want to end the video with, I don't want this rambling nonsense to just be relatable for just moms on YouTube or even parents on YouTube. But also, I hope that people who are just trying to follow their dreams while being parents and navigate that, also find this helpful and know that you're not alone in trying to pursue your dreams. And it's not abnormal to feel a little guilty about, okay, so on social media, it's definitely, there's that weird extra guilt of showing your child on the internet. But then, you know, pursuing a career, you might feel guilty because you're not spending as much time with your family or your kids. And so I think there's like, it's almost like you want to take the easy route of getting a practical job that you can spend more time with your kid or your spouse or whoever, instead of following that dream that's nagging at the back of your mind, and that's what you really want to do, but you have to spend so much time on it. Maybe that's what you're feeling guilty about. And I just hope that like people know that they're not alone in whatever like weird parent guilt that they feel in relation to following your dreams. Like, I think weird parent guilt is like a universal thing that we all feel. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's kind of what I want to leave it like. I guess I want to ask, like, how do you relate to this? Like, do you have something that like you really want to do with your life, but you feel like you can't do it because of you're a parent? Like, I can't do this because I'm a mom and moms aren't supposed to do that. And I feel like that's been like a big thing that controlled my life for a few years. At the beginning of motherhood, I was like, or even at the beginning of becoming a wife, like, I can't do that because I'm a wife, or I can't do that because I'm a mom. And I've just realized in the past, especially like the past year and a half, that that's all bullshit, and I can do whatever I want as long as I'm not hurting anyone and I'm not like psychologically destroying my family. Like, I think with how I'm moving forward with how I want to do this, like, sorry, jeez Louise. I think with how I'm moving forward, I'm being more intentional about how it is affecting my child, and I think that makes it more okay that I'm really prioritizing like following my dream. And so I think as long as you really like, you keep that, like, as long as you're trying to do what's right for your family, then you shouldn't feel any guilt about it. And no matter what you think is right, as long as you feel like that what you're doing is making you the best person that you can be, that is going to be the best thing that you can do for your kid. And that's why I feel like I need to keep doing YouTube. I need to keep making videos because it's what makes me feel like the most fulfilled and happy. And I know that she's going to see that in me and, you know, want to do whatever she wants with her life in the future. She's going to see like, oh, mom found the thing that makes her so happy and so excited to start her day. So excited to like keep going in life. And she's going to be like, I want something like that. And she'll find it and she'll have the confidence to go for it. Whereas, like, for so long, I didn't have the confidence to do that because, like, my parents didn't really get their dreams fulfilled. And so I didn't have anybody to look up to that was close to me that hadn't let life just slam them down hard, like body slam their dreams. So yeah, I think this started out with this video definitely started out with like worrying about my child's privacy to becoming like worrying about how to be a good parent while still pursuing my passions and dreams. But anyways, I hope it was helpful. I hope somebody like sees this and, I don't know, makes them feel better about what they're doing with their life, I guess. Alright, if it did help at all, or if you think I'm just like talking out of my ass and I have no idea what I'm talking about and I'm a terrible parent, you know, either way, just comment below. I really do, like, a huge part of this is I want to talk to people. Like, I want to relate to other people. I want to, like, share my experiences with other people. I want them to share with me. And so, you know, maybe if that is interesting for you and you want to be friends, then hit subscribe, comment below if you want to keep the conversation going. I'm adding that back into my outro. And like it if you made it this far, or dislike it if you hated this whole thing and you're just like hate watching. Either way, feel free to engage in whatever way makes you happy. Especially since I'm not really going to be showing my kid as much. I think I'm gonna go Casey Neistat style and just not show her face when I do show her. So, yeah. Feel free to troll the hell out of me because you can't troll my kid. Okay. I'm gonna go. I think that was a good ending to this video. Sorry for all the shake at the end, but I'm holding this camera. Okay, I'm on... I don't know how to end videos.